Yo, yo. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So, this is a list on what are women looking for in a husband, specifically a husband, their traits. So, my phone is on 15%. We're going to knock this small little list out real quick. And I agree with all these things, and I'm not going to explain because I don't really have time. So, but once I say them, the women, they'll agree, and the men, they'll agree too. If you're honest, you know what I mean. So let's rock. So number one is being tall, and we should all know that by now. Five, 5'11" and above is considered tall. Don't really listen to the women talking about 6'1" and all that. It starts at 5'11", especially if you're taller than them. You know, and that's where a lot of women consider themselves being tall. So it's tall. So number one is being tall, 5'11" and above. The second one is handsome. Third is being smart. Fourth one is being educated. So being smart and educated is two different things. Education is going to school and learning the STEM field. That's education. Being smart is being out here and having a standard IQ. Like being competent, if you will. Like knowing how to fix a light bulb. But that's still being educated. But educated is like in the fields. Having like a degree and all that type of stuff. Being smart is just, graduating high school or before high school. Just having the ability to be competent and remember and all that type of stuff. So that's being tall, handsome, smart, educated, athletic, which is ATHLECTIC, athletic. That's like being able to, like how in this backyard right now, I can run back and forth without getting tired, like multiple times. Or I just took that walk, or I could play basketball and all that type of stuff. And those things transfer to your kids. So you're good at playing basketball, running track, playing a musical instrument, and even with math fields, like they call it a mathlete. So, what women are looking for in men as a husband category, because they have their own specific category of being a husband and a boyfriend. Okay. Like I said, we're still grounding. So, what are women looking for in a husband? Tall, handsome, smart, educated, athletic, outdoorsy, like I am right now. Outdoorsy, laid back, outgoing, honest, strong, good heart, sense of humor, hardworking, ambitious, sensitive, romantic, good listener, quote unquote, not a jerk. And this is a kind of a silly one. They put a Yankees fan. So they might just be talking about being a sports fan of your home team. But I guess I also like the Yankees and the New York Giants because they call those America's home teams. But it's really the Cowboys. But when you hear the Yankees, the Cowboys, the Giants, you think of America. Because I guess because it's like New York or whatever. Like these are like the meccas of America. Like the most expensive areas and the most diehard fans and all that type of stuff. So that's being a Yankees fan and or being a fan of your home team. But I'd say and, not or. Well, yeah, I'll still say or for the Yankees part, but you should be a fan of your home team. My team is the Redskins and the Baltimore Ravens. But funny enough, they just moved the Washington Redskins back to DC allegedly. and but the Redskins stadium was like 15 minutes from me in Maryland, in Prince George's County. But we also have the Baltimore Ravens, so I kind of have to rep both of them. But since the Redskins is closer to me, I was repping the Redskins. But I don't like how they just moved the field, so we're going back to Baltimore. But then it's messed up because Baltimore doesn't claim us, so it's like, you know, which is lame, very, very lame. Because y'all still do business with us. Y'all still date our women. You still eat our food. You still get our jobs, all that goofy stuff. So, fly. All right, one more. Still moving 11%. So that was tall, handsome, smart, educated, athletic, outdoorsy. Look at these flies, man. And I don't believe in killing bugs and all that stuff. So I try not to do them dirty. You know what I'm saying? Because I could really make all these bugs go extinct. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want that type of karmic debt, which is what I'll get into in another video. So I'll say it one more time. What are women looking for in a husband? Like, they'll deal with you if you're short and all that, but as a husband, if you're short, you have to really make sure that you have all these other traits, and vice versa for all the other things. So, but they're looking for all these in one man, which is crazy, right? But we're looking for the same type of things in women, so it's fair game. We don't have to marry them, so that's the beautifulness of it. And that's why they kind of tax us single people a lot of money. They kind of forcing us to get married, to be a slave to somebody, to be a sex slave and all that. Because what if I want to keep my sexual energy to myself? She's gonna go out and be a punk and cheat on me just because she can't hold on to her sexual energy, which is pathetic. So, and that didn't happen to me, by the way. That didn't happen to me. So they're gonna be like, who hurt you? Nobody. Not a single person. Well, that's not true. That's not true. I have been hurt, but not like, I've been traumatized and all that, but not on some. I've transcended past all that. So, that's being tall, handsome, smart, educated, athletic, outdoorsy, laid back, outgoing, honest, strong, good heart, sense of humor, hardworking, ambitious, sensitive, romantic, a good listener, quote unquote not a jerk, a Yankees fan and or your home team, likes hiking, their political beliefs, wants a family, a non-smoker, short hair, but my hair isn't short, so. But they like short hair on men because you can see their full face, and also that's a way of letting you know that they're willing to play the game and conforming to society. Like, that's their way of symbolizing, like putting on cologne, cutting your hair, putting on a suit. Women like saying that type of stuff because they know you're submissive, and they know that you were raised right. You know what I'm saying? So once again, if the women, if they see that you don't have these traits, they're more than likely not going to marry you unless you have a lot of money, and they'll just use you for those resources, like a house, vacations, buying clothes, pocketbooks, all that goofy shit. So, not goofy stuff, but it's, what they're getting married for is goofy. So we're on 9%. We're on likes hiking, your political beliefs, wants a family, non-smoker, short hair, a nice car. And when they say a nice car, they're talking about a SUV and above. So not a Honda. Like, I know a lot of guys say, oh, it's a good car and all that stuff, but the women, I don't even see it. So it's like I'm not a mechanic. I don't see all the type of it's good on mileage and all that goofy stuff. That doesn't mean you have a nice car. A nice car is a SUV and above, and if you get a car, it should be a BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, Alfa Romeo, a Genesis. A lot of women don't know what that car is, but a Genesis, all that type of stuff. So a nice car. So pretty much being over 35,000 for the car. And this is for the husband. I'm not saying for a boyfriend. You know, they'll let you ride, and they'll ride with you in the Honda and the some Acuras are nice, but you know, just a car that's not under. But if it's going to be a car like that, it has to be like a 2025, a 2026 type thing. So that's a nice car, a good income. A good income is 50,000 above, and they think that's not shit. So it's like, for a husband, you should be making 80,000 and above, and that sounds so rough. $80,000. I can't. So I accidentally pressed the home button, and just like that, it cut the video off. So once again, a long time ago, I would have got mad and I would have threw my phone. That made me very, very angry. Like, I'm very, very mad right now. But once again, you transcend past being angry and all that, because now I gotta merge the video and all that stuff. I'm so pissed. I was really flowing, man. So, good income, that's 80,000 and above. Next is has a boat. This thing called spousal hire potential. So spousal hire potential, I believe, is like when the woman has a baby, and or if she decides to not want to work anymore, you can afford to give her a salary. You could give her a salary, like a $30,000 salary or whatever, so she doesn't have to go to work. Because a lot of men don't want their wives to work, because nowadays they have these things called work husbands, and they're like, a lot of the guys are flirting. Look at that. All right, y'all see what I'm saying? Now the phone is starting to break down and everything. My phone's on 5%. It's trying to troll me now. So spousal hire potential, that's being able to retire your wife. Good with computers, can fix cars, recycles, able to build things, likes bad TV, like The Office and all that type of stuff. I don't like that show. But you know, it's like sitcoms, like stuff you could just laugh at saying it's so bad. Likes bad TV, knows plumbing, likes to cook, and is confident. So my phone, the battery, the brightness went down and I couldn't see, so I had to cut it off. So we're gonna keep it moving. My phone is on 3%. I already said everything. We're gonna say it one more time in full. This is what women are looking for in a husband: tall, handsome, smart, educated, athletic, outdoorsy, laid back, outgoing, honest, strong, good heart, sense of humor, hardworking, ambitious, sensitive, romantic, good listener, quote unquote, not a jerk, a Yankees fan and or your home team, likes hiking, your political beliefs are based or enlightened, wants a family, non-smoker, short hair, or at least groomed hair, nice car, good income, 80,000. Well, I'll say 60,000 and above. But like, high value women want 80,000. So has a boat, spousal hire potential, good with computers, can fix cars, recycles, able to build things, likes bad TV, knows plumbing, likes to cook, and is confident. And we're gonna go from there. My phone is at 1%. Love y'all. They trying to slow me down. We're gonna charge our phone and we're gonna go from there and listen to some music. Peace.